Welcome to
Grab Life by the
Hello
Horn.
and welcome to our today's episode of Grab Life by the Horns. And we have a special guest today, and this is Niklas. Welcome, Niklas.
Hello.
Niklas is a very young entrepreneur, and this is what we are starting right now with because I think this is really inspirational. How old are you?
Yeah, no, I'm just 22.
I'm 22, and he is already an investor and a CEO of a company, running it together with your dad. Is this correct?
Yes, right.
Yes, and tell us a little bit about what you're doing that we get started, that we all have a feeling what you're doing, who you are. So what is your background?
Yeah, so the company is the Calipe, and we're doing it together, my father and me. My father founded it 25 years ago. And yeah, at first I wanted to have a complete different way than him. I was at Mercedes before at the sales team and wanted to make a career in this direction. But yes, next to this, I also started to invest in real estate. Later also with my father together. And then after a time we said, okay, if I'm doing this next to the job, maybe, we can do it much more over our existing company. And so we started to do it together.
So when did you start then with Mercedes? Because if we listen to that, it sounds that you have already like 10 years of experience in the professional world. Like when
Yes, I had my exams in 2019, so not so far away. And after this, I was a little bit more than 2 years at Mercedes. And so there I had my apprenticeship and made also some stuff next to this. So yeah, I had I was really starting a career in this time. But yes, next to this, as I said, there was also the Corona time, or the Corona time was starting. And so in the sales, you had more time to invest in yourself, to learn new things. And real estate was a thing I wanted to start in this time.
This is a very inspiring and really like a little bit a kick in the ass for all of us, like learning for yourself and, especially in sales. So obviously you're a salesperson. How do you, who does inspire you maybe, and what type of books you're reading? How do you learn for yourself in sales or in your business?
Yeah, I think it's difficult to say one person. For sure, also my father is also a role model for sure. But then if you see just in the free economy, there's not one person. But yes, I think if I look to what I'm using or how I'm using my time, I think I'm reading many things about new stuff from the government, from the economy and stuff, so that I know it first before other persons know it, and that I can react immediately. And then also not just about real estate. I'm really reading about the whole economy and stuff, also political stuff, just to understand many things and not just in one direction at the real estate.
Do you think you would be an entrepreneur today if your father wouldn't be one and didn't found the company like 25 years ago? Did you always have the drive, and did you have the drive because it's just yourself, or you saw your father doing the things?
Yeah, my father started to do things with real estate, as I said, 25 years ago, but not the whole time. So the last 10 years he's more coaching companies, also bigger companies at the stock markets and stuff like this. And so the real estate part wasn't, he didn't use it that much in the last time. And without him, I don't know if I would be in this position right now for sure. I think I would have started this just next to my normal job and look for how it's going on, and maybe at one time I would have started it also, that I just do it as my first job and not just next to the other job. But for sure, it was for me much easier to start it so quick, to let it grow in this time. And sometimes, or it's always important to have just another person to talk to you, just if you have a problem, or you just want to get an impact from everybody or from anybody else who did it before or who has good ideas.
That's a very good point what you're bringing up. And the reason why I'm asking is as well, like, I'm a mom myself, and obviously, like, you always try to create the best foundation for your child. And this is something like, obviously you can't force them to do anything like this, and you don't want that they are stepping in your shoes. But if the drive is already there, then it's obviously easy if you prepare this already, this journey, and you can help them. And this is something which is great, and what we love to do as well. And for the parents out there who think like, okay, how I can handle this. This is something, like, it's not that pushing your child in one direction, but if the motivation is already there, it's great to have it. And it seems that you had the same experience with your dad and with your.
Yeah, as you see, my first time of work wasn't at this company, and it wasn't my plan before. So nobody forced me to go this way. I think that was really important, because I don't know, how I would do if they would want me to do this. Then the other, I think, more important aspect is also that my father is not doing own decisions or stuff. We are always talking about all the new ways of the company, and both of us know that we need some space to do our own stuff. And I think it was really a good job of him to let me decide so many things also in the first time, because he had this company 25 years, and it worked. So it was also for him, I think, also a risk to say, okay, now there's another person that is deciding stuff. So that is something I think more important, and it would not have worked without this.
The trust in the other person is always there, and it's that's great. And where do you see yourself in this company, or maybe as well in another company? Maybe you won't found your own company in future as well, but where do you see yourself in future, maybe in 10, 15 years?
So my first plan, as I started all of this stuff, was to be financially free after 10 or 15 years or something. And I think it's still also a goal. But I think it switched a little bit more in this direction, that I want to have an impact with the stuff I'm doing. And I also know that I wouldn't just sit at a beach or something if I would be financially free. But I think it's more like then I have more time to spend on things where I think I can develop some other stuff or help some other people. And just to have this time and not being forced to do anything else. I think this is really a great thing. But I don't know. I think I wouldn't say it will be the way that I'm ready in 10 or 15 years and do something completely different. I think it's switching from time to time, and if you're doing it longer, then it's also fun, and you don't want to stop it, I think.
That's true. What is actually Calipe standing for? Like, has this a meaning?
It is coming from Tibet, so the language there, and it means that you're not deciding too quick, so that you think about the stuff twice before doing. So it is, the first time it was about that we are just doing economically sustainable stuff, so that you know what you're doing, what is your next step, and things like this. And now it's also in case of thinking twice to have an impact to other persons here in Germany or even in other countries.
That's amazing. It's actually like really deep.
Because my dad is a hobby climber. He was also at the Kilimanjaro and some mountains like this. And this word came from Reinhold Messner, so also a climber. And yeah, so that was the reason he chose this word.
How is your day-to-day look like? Like, what do you like? What tasks do you have? How you keep yourself fit and up to date? And like, because like a day as a CEO can be very stressful. And I know a lot of people in your age, they are just starting a job. They are just starting to get in the professional world. They have no idea how to structure themselves. So let us a little bit look behind the scenes how your day looked like and how we can help them to structure themselves and get the best and the most out of the day.
Yeah, I think first of all, I think every day is different. So I choose some days where I say I just do like Zoom meetings or stuff, so that the day is not splitted too much. So I really try to put the same work into the same days, that it's more efficiency. Or that I get more efficiency, and then I'm planning in time slots. So yeah, I normally try the first time of the day to just do something. I'm working on the company and not just reacting on emails or stuff. So that if you're waking up, not going into the daily business, and then yeah, your head is completely flown away. And yeah, then yeah, I really use much public transport, to be honest, because then as you know, the German or the Deutsche Bahn is not the best one if you want to get to a concrete appointment. But I'm always planning enough time. But on the other hand, I can work during this time, and not just in a car driving, and the time is just away. And then like sports, I'm also doing 5 days a week sports. Also in my football club. That is something sometimes difficult, because you have yeah, always the same times in a week. And yeah, that's really difficult with your business to be always at this place at this time. But I always try to hold this, because yeah, for me it's an easy way to do sports, where I can think of something completely different. And I think that's also very important. And then I'm really sleeping always the same time. So I'm going to bed the same time and wake up at the same time, because I saw so most time I'm going to bed like about 10 or 10:30, and then waking up to like about 7. So I have my girlfriend always says I'm sleeping too long, but I saw that I'm much more powerful if I'm sleeping enough. And then I'm also I see that I have better ideas, that I'm better in the conversations I have, and so the output is also better. And I'm not doing things twice or something just because I was not so concentrated. So yeah.
This is amazing, and I like that you say as well, like, because usually, like, if you listen to successful people, especially like in America and in Canada, they are always saying, like, don't sleep too long. And this is something like more and more coming back to the thing that obviously to take care of yourself, and know your body the best way. And if you're not function, then
that's
there is no point, and that's pointless. It's pointless to sleep not that long, because then your brain is not working. So I think it's really good that and great that you share this with us as well. For people, they say, okay, but I just need the sleep. And some people really have a bad feeling because they can't like get up that early. And well, for me, it was never a problem, because I'm an early bird. So I never understood the problem with this. But, I learned there are people, they have really issues to get up early. And this is a special way as well, where you can say, okay, I have my rules. And I totally get the point as well that it's difficult. And I always ask myself, why it's so difficult for people who have a flexible day to keep like regular appointments with the sports studio or with the sports club. because it's so easy. It's in the calendar and you are there, but you want to, and you need to be flexible with the clients, because you put the clients first. So
yeah, right.
It's really, I always like, like if you can plan it by yourself, why it's so difficult to have these fixed appointments in your calendar?
Yeah, but sometimes you just get a request and they say I'm just available on this time, and then you're looking for which is more important. And that's why I said, if it's not like the deal of my life and or something really, really important, then I say no, in this time I that's blocked. And the other thing is it's after, or it's about 7:30. So depending on where I'm training, because I have also 2 clubs, one in Berlin where I'm living at the moment, and one my former club where I'm still playing. So it's later in the evening, so you have not so many appointments during this time. But it's also important that you have this strict appointments, that you're not doing any other stuff in this time.
That's correct, and this is really like a good reminder for everybody, actually, to keep these appointments with yourself, because most of the time we put ourselves in the back and doing everything what we can for the business. So and I was the same, and it's really hard for me to keep the appointments only with myself, because I always think, okay, like, this is more important right now. I don't have to go to the sports, or I don't do this because I can do it another time, and then I'm too tired. And I always try to be flexible on my end, but I think it's a good start, especially in the beginning, to keep your appointments with yourself, and then to learn to stretch slowly, that you don't that you keep your value, that you can.
I think it's also very important to invest in yourself, as you said, because it's difficult to take it, or to have numbers, how much you earn with this or something like this. But I think it's also the base for the whole success. And sometimes also, as I said, if I'm reading stuff from new laws or any stuff like this, so in the first time you're reading it, it doesn't make that much sense, because you can't use every information of it. But then if you have more information, sometimes you say, there was something I read about, and then this information gets more important. So in this time you're investing in yourself. You don't know what is the output exactly, but I think it's also very important.
That's a very good point you point out. And especially like when I started this journey, like a lot of friends asking me, like, does it really worth it what you're doing? And I said, well, I don't know yet. Like, I'm just trying it. Like, ask me in 1 or 2 years again. I have no idea if this is really work out like this, but I have to do it. And this is something a lot of people have to learn as well, to just deal with the unknown and invest now and put everything into this. Sometimes it's all in right now, and then you see what you make out of it, and to adapt. Talking about adapting the times. So your father is a really experienced entrepreneur, and you just started when basically the biggest crisis turned into the world, I would say, in the last years. So how did you set your both, like how maybe he guided you through this time as well in the crisis, or how do you experience both of this time? And what did you do to be stronger after the crisis and to keep your business running?
Yeah, so I think as I started, I just wanted to do the real estate stuff, and said, okay, we are buying some real estates, fixing them, and then we are selling them, or we all the real estates we have already, we just want to develop them, making them better, so that the price is also getting higher, or their value. But then, yes, for sure, after this first crisis, so Corona was for me more like a chance, as I already said, because in this time I just had more time for me to think about what I wanted to do. And so this was also because I had no big duties. I was just an employee at Mercedes, and for sure I also had to reach my goals, but it was not the same like if you're if you have your own company. But in the second crisis, after the Ukraine war started, and also the prices for the real estate went down, that was really something where you have to think about what do you want to do with your company. And as you also said, seen that big companies had no chance at the market anymore, and they've been really successful over years. And so for me, or we both know or knew, we have to have more income strokes, and not just real estate, not just selling them. And that's why we also started things like we talked yesterday about, so that we sell energy from the roof, and also helping other landlords to implementing stuff like this. So now I think it was more like diversification, and now I think this is the biggest learning of it. So you don't have just one product or one market. So if you have a company, you have to also find complete new ways, and left everything behind of you what's not working anymore, and you also have to analyze it completely, a complete heart, and see, okay, now this is not working anymore. And it is sometimes really much work to change everything then, but I think also you see which players are getting stronger out of this crisis and which ones still just do the same business, and this one is really difficult at the moment, I think.
How hard is it for you to leave something behind, or especially could you observe with your dad, because it's like you just started, but how hard is it emotionally to leave things behind that worked in the past and not working anymore?
Yeah, I think that's something I'm good in. So I can also switch my opinion completely in such some minutes or some days. So it's also sometimes that I'm reading a study about anything, and then I say, okay, it's a really good argument. So I have a different opinion after this. So for me, it's not so difficult to change everything. But for sure, it's more the aspect that it's much work. So if you're implementing new things and you have also employees, and now the old things that worked and all the communication ways and stuff, if you have to switch this everything, so it's just much work, and this is for sure also very stressful. So that is more the point.
Do you have actually a team? Do you work with a team, or it's only you and your dad?
Yeah, so we have a company group, so it's not just my part or the coaching of my father. My mother also have a communication company, and there within the complete group we have about 35 employees. And but just the real estate part is just with my assistant the most time. So we can use resources into the company. So if somebody needs another one, we can switch it a little bit. So that is really a really good aspect of the company group. But I try to concentrate or focus on the stuff we are really good in, and the rest of it I try to source out in the first years, because I said I don't want to grow too big just with employees. And I wanted to learn more about the markets I'm working in. And I think it's also a little bit about know your weaknesses, or be a little bit modest to know that is the thing I'm good in, and these are the things somebody else is better in. So to see the example with the solar energy, I never tried to install the photovoltaic or to buy it in China or something like this, because I knew it would take too much time, and after this the market is another one, and then we are too late. So I think sometimes it's better to concentrate on the things you're good at.
That's a very wise advice. I think it's you're really in a really how is the English word for that? You're really in a good position as well with the group, and your family built it already. So this is a really nice position you're in to learn everything in this age as well, to handle employees, to learn to outsource. And this is a very special experience, and I'm happy that you're sharing this as well, and that you can make this experience, because I know that, especially what we talked yesterday about, and I'm happy that you came for our investors to share this idea of, you know, this buying or selling energy, and sharing this as well with tenants, and have another income stream as a real estate investor as well, because they are, like, right now the real estate market in Germany is really, I don't want to say down, but it's different. It's different, and it's way harder than it was years before. So a lot of real estate people are struggling, and there is, like, doesn't matter who it is, if it's a real estate agent, if it's like a property developer, if it's like construction companies, doesn't matter where you look at it, everybody is struggling. And because as well, people can't finance or can't get a financing anymore, because especially this way, to get the money is pretty hard for a lot of people. So, and doesn't matter where you look at in different industries, everybody is fighting. So obviously the real estate part is a big part of it. And having this opportunity to have with less investment than in a real estate, but working with real estate and using them to have another income stream might be a good solution for a lot of property owners to have the switch. Especially as well, like, a lot of people could not afford the rent in the COVID times and all the things like that. It's like everything is out of balance. And I think this is an amazing idea, especially energy. Do you have, if you know already, like the, and you say you read a lot about the government news and all the things like this. And we talked yesterday about it. The energy part is a big topic in Germany right now. A lot of people are afraid of the changes if they are property owners. And I would use the time here as well a little bit to help them to see the day a little bit brighter with all the changes. Do you want to share some insights and what you've read about the changes that are coming on the energetic part in the property in the next years?
Yeah, I think as we talked yesterday, the sustainability part will be growing also in the next few years. And we had laws before, and we have right now new laws. So also the new laws are not changing everything right now. And if there is an existing and working heating system, it can still be, you can still let it work into the house. It's just if you have to change it, if it's not working anymore. And on the other hand, as I also said yesterday, you have to see it from different direction. So it's also a chance if you get now much money from the government to change your heating system. Maybe it's more intelligent to use it right now if your heating system just have about 5 or 10 years to where you are forced to change it. So maybe now is the better situation. And then I think you also have to see that a normal person that is living in your apartment is not looking for the whole rent. He's just looking for the whole rent and not just the part you're earning with it. So if they have to spend less money into the energy part, then there's more money for you into the rent. So it can make sense. And I think that this theme is not too huge for everybody who has an real estate. It's maybe also good to get help. Also, if you see like there are also people that are helping you with the efficiency, and that you get a whole plan. So a development plan for the real estate, and you also get money from the government therefore. So about I think about 800 euros or something for the whole plan. So that I think you have to put your own money with 500 to 1,000 euros also into it. But after this, you have a complete screening of the real estate, and you have a better base to take a decision. And this is something really important, I think, because this all these topics are not just white or black. So this is really a little bit more complex, and so I think it's very important to that somebody helps you who have the knowledge in this in this topic.
Is your company helping in this energetic advice as well? Would you be the perfect person to talk to?
I think not for general development of a real estate, like a heating system or stuff like this, but therefore you always can come to me for my network. We have also some partners, and if we help other people with the photovoltaic stuff, then we always ask our customers, do we want to screen the house before? Because maybe if there's a new heating system, you need more electricity or more electric power, and then it makes more sense to have a bigger photovoltaic. And so we really try to have an all-in-one package, that if somebody's coming to us, really he have a full plan for the next years for his real estate. So yeah, I think if we also talking about the photovoltaic stuff, so to be a little bit, to go a little bit more in details about selling the power to the to people living in the house, then I think we can do it together. But otherwise, I also can give advice or the contact from my network.
Amazing, amazing. Because this is something I think a lot of people are not only scared, but they don't know who to talk to and how to get started with this, to get just informed. And there's especially in Germany, all the regulations are so complicated. Bureaucracy is really an amazing topic in Germany. So it's I'm surprised, and as well like positively surprised that you take the time and read everything through, because this is a lot. And that somebody is interested in this is, like, for me, a huge wow factor.
Yes, but there's also coming about the bureaucracy, a new law maybe in 1 month or something like this. And we also informing about our social media, all the people we are networked with, about such new things at laws and stuff of like this. But so this bureaucracy is really a big topic, and there's changing also not so much, in my opinion. So there were just things like that you have to leave the bills not 10 years. Now it's just 8 years. So yes, it's a little bit better, but it's not changing everything. And then stuff like that, you also can end up the renting contract online and not have to send a letter anymore. So there's really something good. And stuff like that, if you have a contract with a company as a person that is in your house, then the contract can also be done just by speaking and not on a paper sheet. But I think, that is something not so many people will use, because that is really a little bit dangerous if you're just doing a contract without paper, or not without a contract. I think the changes are not too big.
Amazing. Thank you so much for all this information. Before I come to my last question, I have one more. And what is the key to success for you? What is something, like, if you talk to maybe the young entrepreneurs, people who want to be an entrepreneur, or just thinking about, like, what is your personal key to success?
Yeah, I think one thing is on the hand, that I'm very young, and that is for me, something I don't have to do anything for this, but it also helps me, because if you're investing like in a real estate and you have no output at the moment, but it's you're just paying the bills, then also the value is growing, and your capital is growing. So now I can wait for many things, and so I'm just the time works for me for sure. But this is something nobody can change. But then I think, as I said, you have to know the weaknesses, and you don't be too confident in some points that you think you can do everything. And so I also try always to talk to many people that are also not in the businesses and stuff, to get like a mirror what they are saying to the stuff. So it never has to be like then you are too scared to do anything, because the most people say, this would be too much risk for me, or I can't understand why you're doing this stuff. but it's more like taking it like a feedback and take the points out of it, what is important for you. And then I think the biggest aspect is that I try to have a bigger or higher goal to work for, just for the motivation, because I think this is, if you don't have the motivation, it's really a much bigger job to handle all this stuff.
That's true. So motivation is a big part of it to keep going, even especially when the times are not like, or like when the times are bad, or like it's really hard to go through. So this is what keeps us going.
Yeah, but one thing I think I would add to this, I think we also have to see that not everybody have the same chances for sure, and that's why I know that I had luck also with the family and the stuff, because it's not only the chance in the company, it's also which things you get from your parents, what are they showing you and stuff like this. And so it's also to be thankful in this aspect. And that is also something why I want to support other people that don't have the same chances to get the chance to also do some stuff they want to do.
That's an amazing, that's really amazing, like to acknowledge this as well. But this is not an excuse for everybody else who does not have the same start, just because some people take this as an excuse. One thing I want really to highlight here, especially for the younger audience, is the time is with you. So start now. It's really like, the time is in your favor right now if you are starting young, and don't wait too long. And this is one thing I don't want to say I regret, but I was really insecure in the beginning, and I had a chance to start earlier. I did not do it because of different circumstances, but this is something you can never turn the time back. So start as soon as you have this idea and are not afraid of the things what might come or might not come. And you learn to handle the things on the way. And I'm happy that you shared this as well. And you are more than welcome as well to get in contact with Niklas. I will share all the contact information and details below. And before we end this episode for today, Niklas, is there anything I missed or you want to share with us on top what we did not talk about today? And you said, well, I would really love to share this with you.
I think we also highlighted many aspects and things we wanted to. And as I said, I really like to network. So if somebody has real estate, is in this business, or knows somebody, even also to develop the existing real estates to get a better output of it. So I would really be happy to hear from them or hear from you. And so just keep in contact.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Niklas. It was my pleasure to talk to you today again.
Me too.
Thank you. And there is a lot of things coming up as well. We have amazing plans which are in the pipeline. So we keep you posted. Thank you for listening, and talk to you next time. Bye.
Do you want to get paid? Introducing Legacy Builders Global, where everybody gets paid. We don't create investors. We create legacy builders. Legacy Builders Global. Visit us at www.legacybuildersglobal.com.